All right, so I think this is recording. Let's take a look at this problem for our semester review. It's a mixture problem, but it's a specific kind of mixture problem, one of a fixed container. You have a radiator, and see, when you have things that you're changing, I think one of our problems was salad dressing, um, or you're doing some kind of cooking thing or something like that. You can just go to the kitchen and get a bigger bowl. If you're working with some type of a radiator in some type of car or truck, that's a fixed size container. You just can't change the size of the container if you want to add more liquid to it. So this holds 6 quarts of fluid, and that's what we want to have in it is 6 quarts of fluid, and not many more, not any less. And right now, if you measure the concentration of antifreeze in the radiator, it's at 50%. And what they'd like to do is to dilute that 50% to 35%. Well, it's already full. You just can't add, you know, a gallon of water to it, or however much water you want to add to it, because it's already filled up. So first you're going to have to take away, you're going to have to drain some of this liquid. Now when you drain away liquid, that doesn't change the concentration. You're just removing some of this 50% liquid. And it's saying how much fluid must be drained, so we're going to let that be our variable x. So now that we've drained some of the fluid away, we now have room in our radiator to add new liquid to it. So in here we want to add water to it. Now water should be pure water. It doesn't have any antifreeze in it. Our percentage here is the concentration, the measure of antifreeze that's in the liquid. So water should have none, and you're going to fill it right back up to the rim. So if you emptied out X quarts, you're going to refill it with X quarts, so that we have a total amount of fluid in here of 6 quarts. But now that you've removed some of the 50% and you've added water, you've diluted the concentration, and we want to dilute it all the way to 35%. So now we have a picture and stuff of what's going on with the problem, and from these pictures, if you just multiply the concentration times the volume, then you'll have an equation, and we can solve that equation for x, and that's what we want, is how much quarts are we draining and replacing. So I've got 50% times 6. 50% as a decimal is just 0.5. 50% times x, and I don't have to write the 0 times x, but I will just for illustrative purposes. 0.35 times 6. Alright, so I don't need a calculator. Half of 6 is 3 minus 0.5x. Now I do need a calculator here. I suspect it's a little over 2, but let's see what it is. .1. Alright, so to get the x by itself, let's subtract 3 from each side. Let's divide by that negative 0.5. So 1.8 is what we should get, yeah. So if of the 6 quarts, if you drain 1.8 quarts of this 50% antifreeze and replace it with 1.8 quarts of pure water, then your radiator will be at 6 quarts, but it'll have a concentration now that's diluted to 35%. So there's our answer, and I hope that helps.